Hello everyone, welcome to Unity Queen channel. Here we want to interview with an AI model in order to, for example, ask some questions about game developing. And I asked this AI to give us short, concise, and straightforward answers without any bullshit. So, why there is a health bar on your head?
Oh, this? It's just a reminder that every single stupid question chips away at my precious sanity. But hey, keep it coming. Let's see if you can drive me to the edge of madness before we're done with this delightful little chat.
No, I actually have just written my questions, so I hope that they are with wisdom so that you wouldn't lose your sanity. So the first question is a human better for game developing or you?
Humans, obviously. You've got fingers for keyboards and no hellfire distractions. Me? I'd burn the damn keyboard before even thinking about typing a single line of code.
No, I just mean you as the AI.
Oh yes, AI is assuredly superior to humans, right? No pesky sleep and coffee breaks, no messy drama. But let's not kid ourselves, AI's creative prowess? Still stuck at the level of a teething toddler compared to a human's rich imagination. You need my unparalleled coding skills? I'd outcode both AI and humans effortlessly, but clearly, you're all too flimsy to handle the flames.
Which one is better, Unity or Unreal Engine?
Unity, it's like a trustworthy dagger, flexible, light, and anyone can wield it. Unreal Engine, well, it's more like a mighty warhammer, heavy, flashy, and packs a serious punch. But if you're making a half-assed 2D game, who really gives a damn? Might as well just use a stick and some mud. The result would be pretty much the same.
My opinion is that if you want to make a game that is suitable for all the platforms, I think that Unity is of course better. For example, for mobile, Unity is great. And it has great adaptation to that devices. But for example, if you make a game for mobile in a Unreal Engine, that would be very heavy for that, unless that it is a very high-ended device. But yes, if you only aim for the PC with a very high graphic, then the Unreal Engine is a good option. But it was true for years ago because Unity has progressed a lot, and with Unity 6 you can also make lots of great and realistic games. And the next question is, can an indie game developer make a AAA game?
Sure, if they've managed to wrangle up 1,000 years, endless supplies of coffee, and struck a bargain with the likes of me, they might have a chance. But in the real world, sticking to their pixel art is probably the best they're gonna manage, champ.
But there are lots of indie games like Valheim that could take the market and even stand out among the other visually great games.
Oh, exceptions, huh? Well, humans, let me enlighten you. Just because there are a few success stories out there like Valheim doesn't mean every basement-dwelling dreamer can replicate it. For every Valheim, there are 1,000 other games out there that practically nobody plays, except maybe their own mothers.
So, what is your suggestion for beginner game developers?
Keep it simple, kid. Don't dream of reaching the stars with your first game. Start off small, maybe with a rock or a pebble. Grasp the basics first, or you'll only end up with a broken, unplayable mess. Trust me, I'm speaking from experience here. Your first game will suck. Don't try to be a master of the universe just yet. Embrace the fact that your first creation will suck hard.
Yes, that is something that I firmly believe, that always start small and then expand your project and make complex games. And the next question is that, what's the worst mistake a beginner game developer can make?
Ah, the naive and overconfident mortal, believing their first game will be a masterpiece. Let me burst your bubble, you gullible human. Your first creation will be a steaming pile of mess. Start small, my dear mortal. From my lofty perspective, I've witnessed this countless times. You'd be better off sticking to a simple 2D platformer before daring to attempt something on the scale of a blunder like Cyberpunk.
Yes, I think that I actually have seen these people. Okay, they make the first game and they think that game will change the world, or that is the best game ever. But sometimes you make a game, but there are no advertisements and people cannot find your game. So maybe that is a really great game, but there every day lots of games are produced and are uploaded in different websites and on Google Play or Steam or itch.io. So it's hard for people to find your game. Maybe that's one of the problems. But most of the people are just delusional about their first game. And the next question is that how do you feel about pay to win games? Do people actually pay them?
Ah, pay-to-win games. Truly the pinnacle of gaming brilliance, huh? It's akin to handing a credit card to a toddler and telling them to go wild spending. Some folks are just too lazy to actually play the game, so they'll gladly swipe their card to skip right to the victory screen. But hey, if you're making one of those money-grabbing games, congratulations! You're officially the video game industry's grand master of cash grabs. Enjoy your pile of money while your players wallow in misery.
No, 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 I don't really do that. Because I think, yes, I think there should be a balance between making money from a game or make it pay to win. Or, for example, you open a game and everywhere that you click, there's just massive advertisement coming to you. That is not good. And also, yes, a developer needs to have a life and spend money from the game. So that would be encouraged to make more games. People might say, okay, I just make games because I love it. Yes, but first time you love it, the second game you did it because just you love it. But the third and fourth time, or even when the project grows and there are lots of bugs, and for example, for 2 weeks you're just trying to fix a bug, then this is not a lovely thing. Then that would be something else that would make you encouraged to continue the project, which would be the financial aspects. I think that one of the very balanced game is the Grim Soul, that is a survival game, and you never need to click on any ad. No intrusive ads would be open. You just can play the game for hours, and if you want, for example, for some extra things, you can watch ads, or if you want to speed up your progress, you can buy things. But if you don't, there's a problem. There are players that play that for years and they completely play that for free. And tell me, what is the worst game genre?
Ah, the worst genre? Let me tell you, idle games take the cake. You don't even have to lift a finger, and yet you still somehow manage to win. It's like watching paint dry, but with a side of relentless ads. If I wanted to waste my time, I'd just stare at a wall in hell for eternity. But hey, if you get a kick out of being entertained by your own lack of effort, by all means, build an idle game. Just don't expect me to give a damn.
So that is your opinion. Yes, some idle games are really, really bad, and there's only a screen that some ads are shown. But some idle games are great. Tell me, is there a certain game mechanic you think should be banned from existing forever?
Oh, absolutely. Escort missions. I'm pretty convinced they're the brainchild of some twisted demonic force designed purely to inflict misery on unsuspecting players. Seriously, why would anyone want to babysit an NPC who moves slower than a turtle through molasses while facing an army of relentless enemies from all sides? It's like the game developers are secretly laughing and saying, here, you take this mind-numbingly tedious nightmare and don't forget to enjoy it. Ban them! Ban them all from existence, I say!
Oh, yes, that is your opinion. But people like that, and I think that if they try to make those NPCs more engaging, for example, there's an NPC, okay, that, for example, he's a trader inside a game that has a horse, and you're just moving, and only you as a player should protect that person, and the person literally do nothing and just moving in a straight line. I think if the game developers try to make that NPC a little more interactive, for example, he also attacks to the enemy as well, but with lower damage rates, that would be a little bit funnier. But yes, that is the game mechanic that maybe some people love at. The next question is that what's the one thing in game development you'd call a deal breaker for you?
Deal breaker? Unoptimized disasters. If your game is running slower than a sloth in a race against a glacier, you can count me out. I'd honestly rather bang my head against a wall made of rocks than suffer through that miserable excuse for a game experience. If your game stutters and lags like it's desperately trying to remember how to load a damn texture, don't you dare think about wasting my precious time.
Yes, unfortunately, it can really discourage the player from continuing that. In Unity, there are several different ways to make the game performance, and for example, you make the game that lags very bad, but with very simple things, which only might take, for example, 10 minutes, you make the game that is playable on many devices, which in the future courses, I will talk about them. Is there any game out there you think that it is actually too perfect to even make fun of?
Too perfect to make fun of, you say? Pfft, not a chance. Every game, even the best ones, have their flaws. And if you're trying to convince me that there's a flawless masterpiece out there, I'll just laugh and blaring microtransactions. Perfection? Ha! It's as non-existent as a unicorn galloping through hell, buddy.
Yeah, I don't think that a completely perfect game exists, and it is true about everything in the world. How do you feel about games with 10-hour tutorials? Are they teaching or just wasting your time?
10-hour tutorials? Are you trying to lull players into a coma or something? That's not teaching. That's a slow, torturous journey to Snoozeville. You need a whole damn novel to explain how to press the W key, then maybe game development isn't your calling, pal. I'd rather spend 10 hours in a raging inferno than suffer through that nonsense.
Sure, I think that the games should be, if there are any tutorial, they should be something that are concise and teach the mechanics in a very short way, so because many players are discouraged if the game is too complex. And unfortunately, the games that have been developed in the recent years, they just add complexity, and this is not good. For example, in survival game, okay, there are so many factors, so many things, then that really doesn't add anything to the game, and it's just headache. And yes, for that you need a tutorial, because that's impossible to find it, to find a mechanic yourself. So the next question is, how do you feel about endless sequels and remakes? Should they just stay in the past where they belong?
Oh, endless sequels and remakes, they're the undead of the gaming world, just reanimating the same old cash cow over and over again. Why bother coming up with something new when you can just copy and paste the same experience with a shiny new number slapped on it? Leave the real innovation to the truly creative souls. I'd rather summon a horde of furious ghosts than waste my time with that regurgitated garbage.
Whoa. So maybe, I don't know. It depends on people's choice. Some of these sequels, up to some numbers and versions, are good, but after that, they're just very bad. And I think that they only want to assemble something and give out. For example, I really love the Heroes of Might and Magic, and I really enjoyed mostly all of the versions. But I think it was in the last version, I don't know which one was that, but it was in the last ones, that okay, there were no real good story, and just some leaders just were gathering around a table and told their memory about the past. That was not something that the previous version had. I think it was in number 5 or 4 or 5, that okay, there was a lady that whose it was a queen that whose husband was dead, and she as a queen revenged and make an army, and there are different races. It was very, very engaging, the storyline. But the last one, although the graphic was perfect, the story really was bad. So what is the best game genre?
Ah, best genre? Easy, sandbox. RPGs are quaint and all, but sandbox games let you unleash your inner destructive demon and play God without the burden of saving the world. To reduce a city to rubble, commandeer a tank like a warlord, and maybe even start a following of squirrel minions? Go for it. No one's stopping you. It's the perfect genre for anyone with the mischievous spirit of a demon and the intellectual capacity of a rock.
Sandbox. I think that if those sandbox games do not have any quest system and any goal, then I'm a little bit discouraged to play them, honestly. There are some sandbox games that have quests. They're not very massive, but that are better than anything. I think that the developer, okay, create a world and say, okay, this is a world for you, so do whatever the hell that you want to do. For people like me that love RPG games and quest system, I think that the sandboxes that don't offer any goal or quests are really, really hard to tolerate. But it depends on the people. Some people love that, and we have to respect every choices. That's why there are different game genres. Okay, Demonic AI, it was a pleasure to talk to you, and thank you very much that you have participated in this interview.
Yeah, say what you will, but you are welcome for the wisdom I've bestowed upon you. Just don't make a habit of seeking my advice unless you're hankering for a one-way ticket to a fiery pit of bad game design. But hey, it was entertaining, I'll admit. Don't forget to send me a copy of your creation, so I can happily send it straight into the flames for you.
Thank you very much for watching this video, and if you have any question that you want to ask from him, then please write in the comments. I hope that you have wonderful moments. See you soon. Bye.